What would you do if you won $1 million? What superpower would you have if you could have one? Welcome back to Lingoni English. I'm Emily, and in this video, I'm going to help you answer those questions using something called the second conditional. Let's get started. So, we've already talked about the first conditional. If you don't know what that is, or you haven't seen that video, you can find it right here. Remember, the first conditional is for real possibilities, even probabilities. But what about things that aren't very likely to happen? Like having superpowers or winning $1 million. In this case, you need to use the second conditional. Now remember, we're still talking about the future here, but it's just a future event that's very unlikely to happen. The second conditional is structurally very similar to the first, with a few differences. Let's take a look at those. You form the second conditional like this. If plus simple past, comma, would plus base form. If I won the lottery, I would buy a Tesla. So first you have the condition, and then you have the result. So winning the lottery is rare. Almost no one wins the lottery. That's why we used the second conditional. Let's look at a few more examples. If he were younger, he'd still play football. But he's not younger, and he's not getting any younger, so he doesn't play football. Second conditional. Also, notice here, instead of saying he would, we shortened it to he'd. If he were younger, he'd still play football. Another one. If I had enough time, I'd take a vacation by the beach. But I don't have time, so I can't. Second conditional. If Zoe could make one wish, it would be to have 50 treats a day. Right? Sadly, this wish is unlikely to come true. Also, just like in the first conditional, you can flip the sentence and remove the comma without changing the meaning. So, first, result, then condition. I would buy a Tesla if I won the lottery. He'd still play football if he were younger. Okay, so what about in the negative? You form it as follows. If plus simple past, comma, wouldn't plus base form. If you stopped the project last year, you wouldn't be here today. But you didn't stop the project, and so you've reached the goal of where you are today. If it were raining, we wouldn't go to the beach. But it's not raining, so we are going to the beach. There's another way to form it as well. If plus simple past plus not, comma, would plus base form. If she wasn't always late, she would probably get the promotion. But she is always late, so she's probably not going to get that promotion. Okay, so let's look at question form now. Would you buy a Tesla if you won $1 million? What would he say if I told him the truth? If you didn't work as a teacher, what job would you have? Okay, and one last thing. Modals. Modal verbs are often used with the second conditional. Take a look. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? You might be a little happier if you spend less time on social media. If she practiced harder, she could be the best on the team. Okay, so that was the second conditional. Now it's your turn to practice. In the comment section below, how about you write a few sentences about things in the future that are not likely to happen? Get creative. What superpower would you have? What would you do if you had more time? We're looking forward to seeing your comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us at Lingoni English. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in our next video. You're sleepy. You're sleepy. Thank you.